race, crash, and burn. To create the illusion of deadly danger, Hollywood stunt professionals rely on meticulous preparation and well-camouflaged techniques. Coming up, the world's top stunt performers reveal the secrets of their trade. We'll see Harrison Ford in action as Indiana Jones, under the guidance of stunt expert Vic Armstrong. We'll join Clint Eastwood and his stunt coordinator Buddy Van Horn on the set of Absolute Power. And we'll ride with Sylvester Stallone in Rambo 3. Welcome to a world where the risks are calculated, but very real, on Hollywood's greatest stunts. Adventure thriller Rambo 3, Sylvester Stallone delivers plenty of action. And the stunts on horseback provide some of the film's most exciting moments. Stallone performs many of the horse stunts himself, riding a well-trained stallion named Huracan. Yet in the scenes that are too dangerous, a stuntman steps in for the actor.
We're trying to make this as realistic as possible, so to do this has been a difficult affair.
Difficult because of the complex choreography of horses, humans, and military machines. Stallone portrays American combat specialist John Rambo, who joins a group of Afghan freedom fighters in their fierce battle against invading Soviets.
Okay, so we're going to start with them all up here then.
Supervising all the action is famed stunt coordinator Vic Armstrong, whose credits include Total Recall, Superman, and the James Bond thriller Never Say Never Again.
I had some wonderful stuntmen with Sly, and he'd listen to us and work with us, and every chance he'd ride with us and ride, and he was really dedicated.
Film's most challenging sequences, Rambo must prove his courage in an Afghani tribal game.
One shot is where John Rambo gallops in, leans down from his horse and picks up this goat from the ground, which is not an easy job for anybody. We rehearsed and rehearsed, and at the end of the day, Sly had to come out of the saddle, hang down, ground level, and pick this up. It was great to see. You really got a sense of achievement.
But the shoot's most anxious moment comes during the chopper attack, when a stunt pilot drops in lower than anyone expects.
I stopped breathing for a few seconds. It just looked so low over the top of it. It's an amazing shot. There's Sly and these two horses in this helicopter. It's fantastic.
The horsemanship that Vic Armstrong brought to Rambo 3 had its beginnings on his father's farm in England, where he grew up riding and racing. By 17, an accomplished jockey, he broke into the movies, riding his own horse in the 1966 espionage caper Arabesque.
I suddenly thought, this is wonderful, all this money and the chance to travel, and it's exciting, and that's all I really did from then on.
As his reputation grew, he moved into stunt coordinating on such high-profile films as director Richard Attenborough's epic war drama, A Bridge Too Far.
Start with them all up here.
With its all-star cast and intensely realistic battle scenes, A Bridge Too Far was one of the most expensive films of its day.
One of the most dangerous things was the fact that you're dealing with a lot of explosions.
Take cover!
Everything that happened on that bridge was worked out months beforehand. It was one of the most planned movies I've ever worked on, I think.
But Armstrong would create and perform some of his most memorable stunts, doubling actor Harrison Ford in George Lucas and Steven Spielberg's Indiana Jones series.
Rick and I, when we were doing the Indiana Jones films, looked so much alike that my wife would often come up and tap Vic on the back, thinking it was me. We really did bear a remarkable resemblance to each other.
During the filming of Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, Armstrong devises what he considers the trickiest stunt of his career, a horse transfer to a rolling 25-ton tank. Riding Huracan, the same horse Stallone would later ride in Rambo 3, Armstrong carefully works out the speed of both the horse and the moving tank. Prior to the stunt, Armstrong equips the horse with special stepped stirrups that provide a platform for his 15-foot leap.
My feet were about 2 inches below the top of the saddle on these steps, so it got a lot of energy into my jump.
As a stuntman, Vic is the usual complements of brains, technique, and pure guts to do the things that he has to do. As a stunt coordinator, he has the talent to break a stunt down into doable pieces for the actors involved.
That level of trust is essential during a stunt that Lucas and Spielberg asked Ford to perform himself. Under Armstrong's supervision, the stunt team works out each movement Ford will have to execute.
We devised a method of having the tank drive along close to the wall, looking as though it's crushing him, but not crushing him.
When Ford feels comfortable with the shot, Spielberg gives the signal.
Action!
In the completed scene, it's Armstrong rolling off the tank. But after that, Ford takes over. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade was Vic Armstrong's last performance in front of the camera.
And I always gave myself a cutoff point of 40, and everybody has to retire. It's always nice to retire at your peak.
But Armstrong is still in demand as a second unit director, working on such high-profile films as Universal Soldier and Rob Roy. Between assignments, he can be found back at his home in England. While far from Hollywood, it's only a matter of time before Armstrong returns to the world of all-out action. To continue creating history on the big screen. Coming up, Clint Eastwood delivers the unexpected.